with corn." "Maybe I can help you." "Not with ginseng digging," laughed the Harvester. "That is not woman's work. You may sit in an especially attractive place and boss the job." "Oh dear!" cried the Girl. "Oh dear! I want to get out and walk." Gradually they had climbed the summit of the hill, descended on the other side, and followed the road through the woods until they reached the brier patches, fruit trees, and the garden of vegetables, with big beds of sage, rue, wormwood, horehound, and boneset. From there to the lake sloped the sunny fields of mullein and catnip, and the earth was molten gold with dandelion creeping everywhere. "Too hot to day," cautioned the Harvester. "Too rough walking. Wait until fall and I have a treat there for you. Another flower I want you to love because I do." "I will," said the Girl promptly. "I feel it in my heart." "Well, I am glad you feel something besides the ache of fever," said the Harvester. Then noticing her tired face, he added, "Now this little horse had quite a trip from town, and the wheels cut deeply into this woods soil and make difficult pulling, so I wonder if I had not better put him in the stable and let him become acquainted with Betsy. I don't know what she will think. She has had sole possession for years. Maybe she will be jealous. Perhaps she will be as delighted for company as her master. Ruth, if you could have heard what I said to Belshazzar when he decided I was to go courting this year, and see what I did to him, and then take a look at me now. Merciful powers, I hope the dog doesn't remember. If he does, no wonder he forms a new allegiance so easily. Have you observed that lately when I whistle he starts, and then turns back to see if you want him? He thinks as much of you as he does of me right now." "Oh no!" cried the Girl. "That can't be possible. You told me I must make friends with him, so I have given him food and tried to win him." "You sit in the carriage until I put away the horse, and then I'll help you to the cabin and save you being alone while I work. Would you like that?" "Yes." She leaned her head against the carriage top the Harvester had raised to screen her, and watched him stable the horse. Evidently he was very fond of animals, for he talked as if it were a child he was undressing, and kept giving it extra strokes and pats as he led it away. Ajax disliked the newcomer instantly, noticed the carriage and the woman's dress, and screamed his ugliest. The Girl smiled. As the Harvester appeared, she inquired, "Is Ajax now sending a wireless to Ceylon asking for a mate?" The Harvester looked at her quizzically and saw a gleam of mischief in the usually dull, dark eyes that delighted him. "That is the customary supposition when he finds voice," he said. "But since this has become your home, you are bound to learn some of my secrets. One of them I try to guard is the fact that Ajax has a temper. No, my dear, he is not always sending a wireless, I am sorry to say. I wish he was. As a matter of fact, he is venting his displeasure at any difference in our conditions. He hates change. He learned that from me. I will enjoy seeing him come for favour a year from now, as I learned to come for it, even when I didn't get much and the road lay west of Onabasha. Ajax, stop that! There's no use to object. You know you think that horse is nice company for you, and that two can feed you more than one. Don't be a hypocrite. Cease crying things you don't mean, and learn to love the people I do. Come on, old boy." The peacock came, but with feathers closely pressed and stepping daintily. As the bird advanced, the Harvester retreated until he stood beside the Girl, and then he slipped some grain to her hand and she offered it. But Ajax would not be coaxed. He was too fat and well fed. He haughtily turned and marched away, screaming at intervals. "Nasty temper," commented the Harvester. "Never mind. He soon will become accustomed to you, and then he will love you as Belshazzar does. Feed the doves instead. They are friendly enough in all conscience. Do you notice that there is not a coloured feather among them? The squab that is hatched with one you may have for breakfast. Now let's go find something to eat, and I will finish the bridge so that you can rest there tonight and watch the sun set on Singing Water." So they went into the cabin and prepared food. And then the Harvester told the Girl to make herself so pretty that she would be a picture, and come and talk to him while he finished the roof. She went to her room, found a pale lavender linen dress and put it on, dusted the pink powder thickly, and went where a wide bench made an inviting place in the shade. There she sat and watched her lightly expressed whim take shape. "Soon as this is finished," said the Harvester, "I'm going to begin on that tea table. I can make it in a little while if you want it to match the other furniture." "I do," said the Girl. "Wonder if you could draw a plan showing how it should appear. I am a little shy on tea tables." "I think I can." The Harvester brought paper, pencil, and a shingle for a drawing pad. "Now remember one thing," he said. "If you are in earnest about using those old blue dishes, this has got to be a big, healthy table. A little one will appear top heavy with them. It would be a good idea to set out what you want to use, arranged as you would like them, and let me take the top measurement that way." "All right. I'll only indicate how its legs should be, and we will find the size later. I could almost weep because that wonderful set is broken. If I had all of it, I'd be so proud." The Girl bent over the drawing. The Harvester worked with his attention divided between her, the bridge, and the road. At last he saw the big red car creeping up the valley. "Seems to be some one coming, Ruth. Guess it must be Doc. I'll go open the gate." "Yes," said the Girl. "I'm so glad. You won't forget to ask him to help me if he can." The Harvester wheeled hastily. "I won't forget," he said as he hurried to the gate. The car ran slowly, and the Girl could see him swing to the step and stand talking as they advanced. When they reached her they stopped, and all of them came forward. She went to meet them. She shook hands with Mrs. Carey and then with the doctor. "I am so glad you have come," she said. "I hope you are not lonesome already," laughed the doctor. "I don't think any one with brains to appreciate half of this ever could become lonely here," answered the Girl. "No, it isn't that." "Aha!" cried the doctor, turning to his wife. "You see that the beautiful young lady remembers me and has been wishing I would come. I always said you didn't half appreciate me. What a place you are making, David! I'll run the car to the shade and join you." For a long time they talked under the trees. Then they went to see the new home and all its furnishings. "Now this is what I call comfort," said the doctor. "David, build us a house exactly similar to this over there on the hill, and let us live out here also. I'd love it. Would you, Clara?" "I don't know. I never lived in the country. One thing is sure, if I tried it, I'd prefer this to any other place I ever saw. David, won't you take me far enough up the hill that I can look from the top to the lake?" "Certainly," said the Harvester. "Excuse us a little while, Ruth." As soon as they were gone the Girl turned to the doctor. "Doctor Carey, David says you are great. Won't you exercise your art on me? I am not at all well, and oh, I'd so love to be strong and sound." "Will you tell me?" asked the doctor. "Just enough to show me what caused the trouble?" "Bad air and water, poor light and food at irregular times, overwork and deep sorrow, every wrong condition of life you could imagine, with not a ray of hope in the distance until now. For the sake of the Harvester, I would be well again. Please, please try to cure me." So they talked until the doctor thought he knew all he desired, and then they went to see the gold flower garden. "I call this simply superb," said he, taking a seat beneath the tree roof of her porch. "Young woman, I don't know what I'll do to you if you don't speedily grow strong here. This is the prettiest place I ever saw. And listen to the music of that bubbling, gurgling little creek." "Isn't he wonderful?" asked the Girl, looking up the hill where the tall form of the Harvester could be seen moving around. "Just to see him, you would think him the essence of manly strength and force, and he is, so strong. Into the lake at all hours, at the dry house, on the hill, grubbing roots, lifting big pillars to support a bridge roof, and with it all a fancy as delicate as any dreaming girl. Doctor, the fairies paint the flowers,